Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to share with you guys my tips and tricks on how to maintain bleach blonde hair. I did a video a few years ago about my blonde hair journey. If you guys would like to watch that, I'll link it on the eye on the screen and down in the description box down below. Okay, so this bit is for people that bleach their own hair. I would highly recommend, if you can, get those salon grade products. Here in Australia, we can get products like that from Priceline. Brands like Innovative and High Lift. They have bleach and they have peroxides available at Priceline, like I said, and also Chemist Warehouse now, I believe. I think they use a different brand. I don't really remember which brand. But yeah, they have different ones. So if you can use those, I do prefer those over the ones that you can get from like those box dye ones, but they're actually bleach. One, I feel like they're a lot gentler on the hair, and two, I feel like they lift the hair a lot more, to be completely honest. If you are going to be doing your own hair, I do recommend adding in like a bond reconstructor, so something like the Olaplex or Curaplex. You know, there's a lot of brands do them now. They basically add little bonds and stuff into the bleach so that when you bleach your hair, it's not going to be as damaging, but don't be fooled, it doesn't mean it's not going to actually damage your hair. It's still going to damage your hair, but just not as much. If however you guys can't get that, an alternative would be coconut oil. So this is just an example that I have from Coles. This one's just extra virgin coconut oil, unrefined. It doesn't have to be unrefined or extra virgin, just coconut oil in general will work. So how it works, if you're going to use that, before you bleach your hair, whether you're bleaching just the roots or the ends as well, you saturate pretty much all of your hair with the coconut oil, and then you just apply the bleach. When you do apply the bleach, you have to make sure that your peroxide is either a little bit stronger or you leave it in for a little bit longer, just because the oil not only protects the hair, but it also kind of dilutes the effectiveness of the bleach. Other products that I do recommend for specifically after bleach is one of these, if you can get your hands on one of these. So this is a bond connector. This one is from Fanola. This is their Fiber Fix Bond Connector number 2. It's essentially like a sealing or healing balm that you apply onto your hair after you've colored it, bleached, or any sort of like treatment you've done. Now we're going to move on to the shampoos, conditioners, mask that I do recommend to help maintain your bleach blonde hair. I am going to be recommending a lot of Fanola products, and yes, I am a Fanola Australia ambassador now. I'm not saying and recommending these things because I have an affiliate code and because they give me a lot of these products. I'm not being paid to say any of this. I genuinely really like their products. They're really effective, and they're just really good. I'm just gonna leave it at that. So let's dive into my recommendations. As a blonde, you've probably heard the word toner being thrown around here and there. You can get toners in chemical forms, and you can also get toners in like shampoos and conditioners. Whether or not you're going to use a blue or a purple shampoo really depends on how light your hair is. I have done a YouTube video on this, and if you guys would like to watch that, I'll link it on the eye on the screen and down in the description box down below. In today's video, I am going to just really focus on purple because that is the most common and probably the most universal one that most people would probably be able to use if you've got bleach blonde hair. So I've got the Fanola No Yellow Vegan Shampoo and Mask. These things are hella pigmented. I am not going to pour out any of this, but you can probably see from the cap itself how pigmented, how inky purple it is. I would honestly describe this as a very deep bluey purple, not purple blue. Like, it's predominantly blue but with a purple shift, but it works really well on the hair. Honestly, I think that's where you get most of your pigment from in this combination. The shampoo is where the pigment is at. On top of that, the shampoo itself is also really nice on the hair. It doesn't actually leave your hair feeling dry or just like straw, essentially. I have tried out a number of purple shampoos out in the market, and I have to say majority of them make my hair feel like straw, and I get tangles. I don't get tangles. I've got short hair, considering, and for me to get tangles is that's pretty bad. But that being said, when it comes to like purple shampoos or like coloured shampoos in general. Sometimes what happens is your hair is actually attracting more of the colour molecule as opposed to the moisture, so it just kind of, yeah, it just becomes really dry, but it's nicely toned. That's why you have to use a really nice hydrating conditioner or a mask to kind of like remedy that. Like I said, with this particular shampoo, it doesn't have that effect. I really like that. Okay, now let's move on to the mask. I really like this mask. It provides enough moisture and it also adds pigment. Like I said, the shampoo I feel like is where the pigment is at, but this itself as well is quite pigmented. I do find with these two together, you get a more even sort of like distribution of pigment. I don't really know how that works. Like I said, I've tried out different shampoos and conditioners from different brands that are purple, and sometimes you're left a little bit patchy. Obviously, if you have banding and just uneven bleaching, that's also going to contribute to whether or not you're going to have like weird patches of purple or silver in your hair. But I feel like in general these work really well at just giving you a nice even tone of purple. Obviously if you leave it on for a very, very long time and you don't have equally bleached hair, it's really gonna show. Let's move on to the next purple product that I do recommend. It's the Fanola No Yellow Incredible Foam. Again, I've done a review on this product. If you guys would like to watch it, I will link it on the screen and down in the description box down below. So this is basically these two products on steroids. It's incredibly pigmented. I've actually washed my hair and conditioned my hair with this. Actually, I should clarify, I used the shampoo first, but I didn't leave it on for too long, so I don't think it really toned anything. But then I left this on my hair for maybe 2 minutes and it's given me this. Before this color, my hair was starting to look a little bit canary, and for 2 minutes, that's incredible. Normally to get this sort of like blonde with these two, I have to leave it in my hair for maybe 5-6 minutes. Like it's not overly long that I have to leave the products together, so 3 minutes of this, 3 minutes of this. But the fact that you just leave this on for 2 minutes and it's like bam, like ashy blonde. Okay, now we're going to talk about aftercare, like after you've just washed your hair and stuff. I do recommend grabbing a heat thermal spray or heat protectant. So this one is by Theory. This is their Heat Shield Thermal Spray. This one's really nice. It kind of smells like a nice perfume, to be completely honest. It also adds a little bit of a gloss to your hair and also helps with humidity. So I literally just spray this in my towel dried hair. When I say towel dried, it's still somewhat moist, just spray it a little bit, and then I will blow dry my hair. I try not to use high heat if I can. I'll usually just go for like a low or medium heat at maybe 1 fan speed, not 2. So if you have like one of those blow dryers that has like multiple settings for fan speed, I just do like 1 fan speed and then 2 like in medium heat or low heat. And you know, that just helps maintain the integrity of my hair. I try my best to like let it air dry for a little bit, like not completely, just a little bit, so that I don't have to blow dry so much. Another product that I do recommend is a hair oil. So this one again is the Fanola NutriCare Restructuring Fluid Crystals. So it's also got reparative products in there, and it's also going to make your hair feel nice and smooth and glossy as well. Next we're going to move on to dry shampoos. Now this is the category of hair products that I feel like you can kind of skimp if you really want to save some money. I feel like dry shampoos like this are perfectly fine. They work really well. I have tried out various dry shampoos from the supermarket, from the drugstore. Batiste is the only one that I really trust. Every other one I've tried, either they don't really make my hair feel fresh, or they just don't make my hair feel less oily. Sometimes they just add to it and it just makes it feel gross. Now I'm not entirely sure if this is a new range or this is like the reformulated versions of their dry shampoos. I think they're a new range, to be honest. I haven't really been paying attention whenever I go to Priceline or to the supermarkets, to be completely honest. But yeah, Out of these two, I actually prefer the turquoise one. This one is the hydrate version. It says for hair that's normal or dry with moisturizing avocado. I just really like how my hair feels after using this. It feels really nice and soft, but I do feel like it doesn't completely get rid of all the oil in my hair. That's the only thing, but it looks really nice and natural. It still has that nice shine to the hair, whereas this one is the dry shampoo and volume, so it has plumping collagen. Now this stuff is really great for like in the crown and you want some volume. This will definitely give you that volume. It kind of just reminds me of one of those texturizing, volumizing powders that you just kind of like shake, but in a dry shampoo form, and it also has a very similar feel where it kind of feels a bit gritty, if that makes sense, in your hair, and it also really mattifies your hair, which depending on the hair color that I have, when I have like dirty blonde or like a level 8 kind of blonde, it doesn't really matter. I feel like it looks nice. The lighter I go, I kind of want that shine, because the matter it looks, it kind of just looks like my hair is just really dry. I guess that's why I prefer this, because it still gives me that shine, but takes away the oiliness, like the excessive oiliness. So sometimes what I do is I actually combine these two, like this just on the root and this on the rest of the hair. There you guys go. Those are my tips and tricks on how to maintain your bleach blonde hair or bleached hair in general. If you guys have any product suggestions or any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comment box down below. More than happy to help you guys out. And that is it from me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye.